Good morning, it's Miss Joanne's story time. I'm happy to see you all today. This is my second story time program I'm doing from home, and I hope I can see you all at the library soon if we are able to open. In the meantime, I hope you're enjoying spring. I have some pussy willows with me here today, which are one of the first signs of spring you'll see outside. And you can look for these little gray fuzzy parts here on our branches. And let's start with our song. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Stomp, 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 stomp. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. I have a little finger play to start us off today, and it's called Dig a Little Hole. And this finger play comes from the book Too Many Rabbits and Other Finger Plays by Kay Cooper, illustrated by Judith Moffat, and Scholastic is the publisher. Dig a little hole. So if you can do this and make a little hole in the ground, put a little seed in. So go ahead and put your seed in. Pour a little water. Pull a little weed. Up, up, up. Green stems climb. Can you do that? And go up, 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 up. Open wide. It's blossom time. Let's try that last part again. Open wide. It's blossom time. Okay, my first story today is called Tomorrow's Alphabet. So this is an alphabet book by George Shannon, pictures by Donald Cruz, the publisher is Scholastic. And this is an alphabet book, but an unusual alphabet book. I'll show you why. Instead of giving us a word that starts with that letter, each letter will give us a word that starts with a different letter because it shows us what each item becomes tomorrow. So let's read and find out what I mean. A is for seed. Tomorrow's, what is this a picture of? Apple. B is for eggs. Tomorrow's birds. Cheep, 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 cheep. C is for milk. Tomorrow's cheese. D is for puppy. Tomorrow's dog. E is for campfire. Tomorrow's embers. F is for wheat. Tomorrow's flour. G is for bulbs. Tomorrow's garden. H is for yarn. Tomorrow's hat. I is for water. Tomorrow's ice cubes. J is for pumpkin. Tomorrow's jack-o'-lantern. K is for tomato. Tomorrow's ketchup. L is for bud. Tomorrow's leaf. M is for caterpillar. Tomorrow's moth. N is for twigs. Tomorrow's nest. That's what the birds are doing right now. O is for acorn. Tomorrow's, look at that big, beautiful oak tree, which started from that little tiny acorn seed. P is for clay. Tomorrow's pot. Q is for scraps. Tomorrow's quilt. R is for grapes. Tomorrow's raisins. Did you know that? That raisins are dried grapes. S is for vegetables. Tomorrow's soup. T is for bread. Tomorrow's toast. U is for stranger. Tomorrow's us. V is for paper. Tomorrow's Valentine. W is for stones. Tomorrow's wall. X is for bones. Tomorrow's X-ray. Y is for sheep. Tomorrow's yarn. X is for countdown. Tomorrow's 0. Blast off. And here's our alphabet. Let's sing the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? I love how that book shows us one thing we have on the first day and then something new that we get from it the next day. So for today, for example, by staying home and being careful, by washing our hands, we are keeping ourselves and our families and our communities well for tomorrow by not getting sick. So we're all doing our part to stay well for tomorrow. Okay, I've got one more story. I always enjoy reading this story in April, and it's called The April Rabbits. This book has pencil drawings, so I hope you'll be able to see, and lots of little funny, interesting pictures. So I hope you'll be able to see all the great pictures in this book by David Cleveland, illustrated by Nurit Carlin, and Scholastic is the publisher. The April Rabbits. This is about a little boy who travels throughout the month of April, and everywhere he goes, he keeps finding rabbits in all crazy places. Wait until you see. On the first day of April, the sun was shining, and the birds were chirping, and a rabbit was nibbling on a bush as Robert went off to school. On the second day of April, can you show me too? On the second day of April, Robert scared 2 rabbits across the road as he walked to his tuba lesson. On the third day of April, he thought for a minute that he saw 3 rabbits tap dancing on the windowsill. On the fourth day of April, There was something rabbity about the living room as he watched TV. So on the 4th day of April, let's count 4 rabbits. 1, 2, 3, and you see the 4th one? There's little rabbit ears hiding in the lampshade. On the 5th of April, Robert found 5 half-eaten carrots at the very bottom of his toy box. While fishing on the 6th, he saw 6 rabbits paddle by in a canoe. On the 7th day of April, there were 7 rabbits singing with a cat on the garage roof. Eight rabbits left their bikes in the driveway on the 8th. All 9 seats at the soda fountain were taken by rabbits on the 9th, but they made room for Robert. Look at all their little cottontails lined up on the fountain seats. That's so funny. On the 10th, Robert noticed 10 funny holes in the lawn as he took out the garbage for his mother. On the 11th of April, 11 rabbits on skateboards whizzed down Elm Street. Could you imagine seeing 11 rabbits going down your street on skateboards on April 11th? There were 12 rabbits playing basketball at the playground on the 12th. On the 13th, there were 13 rabbits in the supermarket. Do you see them hiding on the shelves and inside Robert's cart? That's so silly. There were 14 rabbits at the clothesline on April 14th. Look at them all hanging on the clothesline. On the 15th, Robert's mother took him to the eye doctor because she thought he was seeing things. There were 15 patients ahead of him. On the 16th, Robert found 16 rabbits making double-decker peanut butter and radish sandwiches in the kitchen. My goodness, they're taking over his kitchen. 17 rabbits in scout uniforms marched by in a line on the 17th. What comes after 17? 18. On the 18th, Robert thought he spotted a flock of 18 rabbits fly over his head and land in a nearby tree. Flying rabbits? On the 19th of April, there were 19 tiny rabbits which jumped out of a bag of pretzels and ran in all directions. Poor Robert. He looks confused. On the 20th of April, 20 rabbits in funny hats gave a birthday party in the dining room. Does Robert look happy? I don't think so. Maybe these rabbits are driving him a little bit crazy. There were 21 rabbits with him on the Ferris wheel at the amusement park on the 21st. Look at how squished Robert is on that Ferris wheel ride. Poor Robert. On the 22nd, 22 crazy rabbits tried on all his clothes, including his favorite baseball cap. Robert found 23 rabbits taking a nap in his bedroom on the 23rd. The next day, a busload of 24 rabbits stopped next to him at the corner, and all the passengers made faces at him through the window. How naughty, those naughty rabbits. 25 rabbits all took out books ahead of him at the library on the 25th. But thank goodness he still got the book he wanted. Look at all those rabbits ahead of him. What a long line for Robert to wait in. On the 26th, 26 rabbits took a bath in his tub and used up all the bubble bath. Look at this rabbit. He's inside a bubble. They sure look like they're having fun, don't they? In the movies, on the 27th, Robert sat in the midst of 27 rabbits crunching popcorn. On the 28th of April, 28 rabbits camped out all night in the backyard, telling stories and roasting a giant head of lettuce on the campfire. On the 29th day of April, 29 rabbits with suitcases tiptoed down the driveway and out of sight. I wonder where the rabbits are going. Because it's getting near the end of the month, I wonder where they're going. And here we are on the last day of April. Robert watched very carefully all day long, but he didn't see a single rabbit anywhere. Where did they all go? That night, a hippopotamus followed him home. Oh no! Now that April is over, and what comes after April? What comes after April? May. So what do you think is going to happen each day in May on Robert's way home? He'll see hippos and more of them each day. So that story is a counting story. So my craft idea for you today is to make a counting book. So I called this my counting book, my Miss Joanne, and I suggest you use crayons or pencils for your pictures so it doesn't bleed through the pages. You can use any paper folded in half that you have at home. So you can have a grown-up, or if you know how to write numbers, you can number your own pages. I did one up to 10. And so you can just write the number and then draw an object for each number. So we've got one tree on page 1 and 2 fish on page 2, 3 flowers on page 3. So you might want to go outside for some inspiration of what to draw for your counting book. 4 rabbits on page 4 and 5 houses on page 5 and so on. And you can share with us a picture or video of your counting book and send it to Metuchen Public Library at lmxac.org. We would love to see your work. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me for story time. Bye-bye. See you next time.